What's up, TikTok? And there is YouTube. It's on a lag, so we just gonna don't look at what your mouth looks like.
I know.
All right.
It's
Welcome.
like those karate pictures.
Oh yeah.
And then they'll talk later.
Welcome to another Woods Report.
I thought technology would be more advanced than that. Because that was back in the day. We laughed at that.
No, here I told you where we live.
We in the
you got to do like it's a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
But lots going on. Some of this stuff I'm not gonna get to. I already know it.
Okay.
Because there's so much stuff going on right now, and everybody's a headline. We literally just started this year, and it's like it's getting ridiculous on the stories and stuff.
Right. And then follow-ups. Because the thing is, when people put something out there, no matter who they are, entertainment, athlete, people slam them, the whole social media world is slamming them. So you got people on the left, people on the right, people in the middle. Leave my friend alone. And that's what it is today now. If you get slammed, people are ready to cancel you.
Yep.
So
let's see what everybody's saying before we start off. Let me see. You can read it while I'm doing this.
We have a Deetris. Did I say the name right? Hello. And Emerald is saying hello. Hello, everybody. It may be a lull if we're slow, because I lift my hand and then I'll see it go lifted a second later.
They got Miss Jackson all riled up.
Oh, I saw a little bit of the link.
And y'all know how I feel about Michael Jackson, so don't mess with his mom.
Miss Jackson. I am for real.
I don't mess with Miss Jackson.
Yeah.
And it's funny how we was talking about Angela Bassett yesterday. Mm-hmm. And
she came out with,
and she won a Lifetime Achievement Award at Oscars. Mm-hmm. They know they robbed her.
They snubbed her on the last one, so they had to figure.
They had to figure out how to do it.
Where it to Jamie Lee
they
Curtis.
gave it to
We won't go there.
Well, that's because her mother and father. That's
honorary kind of.
Yeah, Tony Curtis. And that's all that was.
Let's honor his daughter for years of acting.
That's all that was, because most of the time Jamie Lee Curtis was Halloween.
Thank you.
And she was running from Michael Myers.
Thank you. Not much. She didn't do much.
So that's all that was. Versus an actress
trading places.
Come on. So you got to try to pull out stuff. Okay. So they had to try to make up.
Here you go, Angela.
Yeah.
And we need to hurry and give it to a black woman, because there's a lot going on in the industry with black women.
Right. But remember, I kept saying Angela Bassett is a different tier than Taraji.
Some people will tell you off of that, though.
Why? They're not in the same category.
Some people, like I said, the media, social media got people coming in going, no, she was in. They'll name 10 movies that Taraji was in and said, no, she's on that level too.
Angela Bassett's been in 100.
Look, I'm telling you, I saw replies to people going, no, she's an A, B list or A list.
You know why that
I
doesn't?
Was like, really?
But you know why it doesn't matter? Because if I was talking about Tom Cruise and somebody threw in PD somebody and said he's A-list, that's not even. There's some conversations that's not even worth turning around and talking about. Is this something in your hair?
Is that a pen?
It's red. What is that?
I don't know. It's fake hair, so anything could be in it.
What is that?
Yarn?
Yarn?
I was working hard today. So it probably was when I was working, because we had to do some.
We got
moving.
some new furniture
and stuff. Helping the. They give you a.
Well, you moving on up.
You ask them to move something over or move something.
Oh, they don't want to.
No, ma'am. Read the paper. Read the paper.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking, okay, the paper says they only come to put down whatever they're delivering. They don't move nothing else in your house.
No.
I guess they don't want to get sued if something breaks.
If something break or something. So
okay.
I was moving too, even though I don't like to move nothing. But all right, so Angela Bassett shouts out trailblazing black actress while accepting honorary Oscar. This isn't just for or about me. She's so cool. The actress was recognized by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences for her contribution to the film industry. before they even gave her the award, what's her name? 227.
That played the older lady?
No, the girl. What's her name?
Regina King.
Regina got up and she was the person to give her the award.
Aww.
And so, first of all, people keep forgetting Regina just recently lost her son. Remember her son passed.
God, oh, that's right.
And she was very close to her son.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, she only had him. And you never saw her. She hasn't been out. She's probably going through some stuff. Going through grief. Angela Bassett was one of the people that helped her get through that.
Aww.
So she had a really connection to Angela Bassett.
That's beautiful.
This shake is already.
And that's how it should be.
So when she gave her the award, she spoke very highly of Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett came up on stage and she kissed Regina on the lips.
Aww.
The internet went crazy.
What's wrong with that?
They're gay. They're lesbians. That's nasty. I can't believe two black women.
I told you how the internet is.
Isn't that crazy?
Social media will eat you up. If you do anything.
That's why you got to be careful.
She dug in her nose and you just scratching the top of it.
I've always seen Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett probably sees Regina as like a daughter to her.
Yes. And she's married to her man. What is wrong with people? They turn, and you even said with Smokey Normal with his teenage son.
His old grown son.
His grown son
was laying in the bed with him.
And he was hugging him.
And they said, that's two grown men in the bed.
That's a son and a father.
If a daughter was in the bed with her father, they would say, I can't believe that's a grown woman.
He touching her
laying in the bed with her dad.
Mm-hmm. See how
and the man, he don't see, his daughter could be 50 years old. He still see her as 2 years old.
I guess you really, really have to have thick skin and be really sure of yourself.
My grandmother,
when you are on any kind of media platform, because you gotta be.
My grandmother was 90-something years old. Ma, you can say this. She still saw my mother as little May.
My baby.
My mother, 70, 80 years old.
But if my mom,
you still was her baby.
If mama kissed her on the lips,
that's her baby.
They'll go, ooh. You don't do that to your daughter. People, I don't know what it is.
We over-sexualize everything.
Oh, that's why I was telling you, our country is not like other countries when it comes to sex and nudity. You in Europe, you see that on billboards.
Yeah, it's
a
everywhere.
Woman's whatever, a man's. Yeah. Here it's like.
All right. So anyway, that sent it was so much on the internet, it overpowered her winning the Lifetime Achievement Award. Everybody was talking about the fact that they kissed. That's what everybody wanted to focus on.
What's the name of a song, I Kissed a Girl?
Yeah,
See?
Okay. So Angela Bassett added another accolade to her shelf at the 14th Governor's Awards. It's not film, so we just had to get pictures and stuff, where she received an honorary Oscar for her contributions to the film industry. As she accepted the award on stage, Bassett, 65, used part of her speech to shout out trailblazing Black actresses who came before her, like Ruby Dee, Diane Carroll, Cicely Tyson, and Rosalind Cash. They were my North Star, my guiding light, proof that while the road may not be without curves and bumps, there was a way to fulfill what I believe deep in my soul was my destiny. Angela cracked me up how she talked. She's so, what's the word? Angela can say anything and it sounds so, she could tell you to go sweep the floor and you would go sweep the floor. My young lady, my young dog, my young lamb.
You sweep that floor and you do it well.
Sweep the floor and you sweep the floor like no one has swept it before.
Be proud of it because you're making a change in that spot that you're cleaning.
Become one with that broom. And as you sweep, remember, you stand on the shoulders of every Black woman who has swept every floor from the Tennessee hills She'll just be naming everything.
And stay focused.
And while you sweep that floor, you stay focused, young lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look to the left and don't look to the right. Sweep that floor. You'll be like, yes!
I'll sweep it. Thank you. And then you'll kiss her on the lips. And then you be talked about.
Before you sweep the floor.
What were they saying? That they were
sweep. They was kissing on the lips.
They're lovers.
No, just that it's lesbian and all that.
Oh, stop this. Go ahead.
Okay, so it was standing on the strong spiritual fortitude shoulders that was often sustained. I'm not going to read her whole speech. But this honor isn't just for or about me. What I hope this moment means is that we are taking the necessary steps toward a future in which it is the norm, not the exception, to see and embrace one another's full humanity, stories, and perspectives. Bassett added, this must be our goal, and to always remember that there is room for all of us. When we stand together, we win together.
And that's something
now, that's
Viola
the time
would say too.
That Jonathan Majors could be in the audience and say, you remind me of Coretta Scott King. And no one would say anything about it.
Because that was such a speech that's so inspiring and it brings unity. That's what Coretta was always about with her husband and everyone else that fought the fight.
Now,
don't even get me started on it.
During her lengthy speech, Bassett also pointed out how few Black women have won Best Actress Oscars, only Halle Berry, and gave props to fellow Black actresses who make history in the industry, including, and these are probably the ones that won not Best, but
supporting actress.
Jennifer Hudson, Regina King, Viola Davis, Monique, Lupita, whatever her name is, Octavia Spencer. She didn't mention Whoopi Goldberg, but that's okay. And Ariana DeBose.
Yeah, Whoopi won one.
To my fellow,
the first.
To my fellow Black scene, now somebody will talk about that. Mm-hmm. They won't even talk about
Angela, you forgot Whoopi.
And you know she'll be like, oh my God.
Whoopi, I'm so sorry. She probably will call her. Whoopi, oh Lord. Charge it to my head and not my heart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I proudly share this honor with women who stand up when they are told to stand back, who speak up when they are silenced, who remain determined when they're told they're defeated, she added. These women represent those that I've had the honor to portray, as well as the everyday woman who surround us and inspire us to keep striving.
Okay.
So there you go.
And this came when? This is what award again?
The honorary. Now, she got this award, it says, with Mel Brooks. I'm surprised Mel Brooks never got one. Mel Brooks never got one? See, that's what I told you. Mm-hmm. You can't really go by people who get them.
Yeah, you need to be, what's the word? If you never get an award from anybody.
Right.
Just, know your craft, know your gift, and be just loving it, regardless of who, may give you that little golden statue or whatever it is.
So there you go.
All right, Angela.
Voted on by the Academy Board of Governors, the honorary Oscar is given to honor extraordinary distinction in lifetime achievement, exceptional contributions to the state of motion picture arts and sciences, or outstanding service to the Academy. So I'm glad she got it. Actually, that's better than getting a little single one. That's a lifetime one. That means they looking at all your work combined and saying that you need an Oscar. That's not looking at one role. Because to me, it's watered down. When people like Jamie Lee Curtis and them get it, it's watered down. But when you get an honorary one from the governors, that means that they looking at all your work.
But a lot of times we can see on the other side of that because you're not sure the motive behind that. Because she should have gotten the watered down version, like you're saying.
Yeah.
But why you guys felt the need to give her the honorary one because she was snubbed.
Yeah.
And you know good and well she's a very good actress and done a lot of work.
Probably.
So you never know. You do accept it and just with grace, move on, even though you don't know what was going on in that meeting when they made the decision.
Okay. All right. So like you said, Detrice said hello. Emerald said, hey, ladies.
Said the name right.
Detrice.
Or is it Detrice?
I don't know.
Or Detrice?
Hello. Emerald says, hey, ladies. Justice for all. Hey, ladies. Hey, Emerald. Hey, Justice. Emerald says, he's saying hi. Justice says, what's with the honorary Oscar? Is that the Academy admitting that they should have won the past?
That's what I'm saying.
And then Justice says, what about Hattie McDaniels? Yeah, didn't she win?
Hattie was the first one.
Well, see, she didn't say everybody.
That's
but she's probably gonna be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't say."
That's
everybody.
One thing I did learn in one of those classes I had taken in college, where
don't mention anybody.
Yeah, if you don't have all the names,
or say others, or say
something.
Charge it to my mind, not my heart. I know I'm forgetting people. Something like that. I know I'm forgetting somebody.
If you got a name.
Yeah.
But that's a way to communicate where you don't hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there you go.
So whether they gave it to you for that reason or not, you still are good regardless.
Yep.
Whether you get that award or not.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what? Let me go right into because I mentioned it.
Coretta
Scott King. And I'm gonna be brief on this because I already tore him a new one yesterday about using Coretta Scott King's name.
That
Jonathan Majors
said that
everybody's Coretta Scott King,
and you watered her down big time.
And it's so funny because everything we said yesterday, guess who popped up today and said something? Coretta Scott King's daughter,
of course.
You watering my mom's name down.
Like Will Smith. Get my mom's name out your mouth.
Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter reacts after Jonathan Major calls Megan Coretta Scott King. Or his Coretta Scott King.
He went too far with that.
He has a watered down version of Coretta Scott King.
Apparently he hasn't done much reading on her.
Oh, Coretta Scott King. Following the backlash, Major released a statement defending his use of Coretta Scott King's name, telling TMZ on Wednesday. See, he got backlash, so he came back and said something.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. My intention was to convey my utmost respect for Coretta Scott King, her achievements, and both her personal legacy and one she shares with her husband, Dr. Martin Luther King. He didn't say nothing. He had a whole lot of nothing. Mm-hmm. He could have left that statement.
Mm-hmm. In fact, he dug himself deeper to me.
Well, how did that answer anything by him saying that?
We wanted you to take it back. I shouldn't have said all that she's done and who she is. I shouldn't not have said her name. I'm sorry.
Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter, Bernice King, is speaking out after Jonathan Majors compared his girlfriend, Megan Good, to Coretta Scott King. And wanted the white lady to be Coretta Scott King. Remember? Everybody got to be Coretta Scott King. Hey. My mother, and it's funny, she said this. My mother wasn't a prop. Remember, I said, don't treat her like she's a period at the end of a sentence.
God made a comment along the lines of that.
Bernice, 60, she's 60 now. On Tuesday, January 9th, she said she was a peace advocate before she met my father.
Thank you.
And was instrumental in him speaking out against the Vietnam War. Mm-hmm. Please understand, my mom was a force. That's why I said, you don't get that to everybody.
And Charlamagne the God, I think you had made a comment that along the lines of that was his wife, that was his right arm, they was together. Jonathan, we don't even know how long you're gonna be with Megan.
While she didn't specifically refer to Majors because she's classy.
Mm-hmm. I don't need to say names because we all know who said
and
something.
She's not messy,
right? And we all know who in the news comparing people to my mom.
Bernie, no, only one person is doing that. Nobody else has said Coretta Scott King's name. Bernice's post came shortly after the actor sat down for an interview with Good Morning America in which he referred to Good as Coretta. And she probably hate that he did that. She probably was sitting on the side going, no, don't call me Coretta Scott King.
Yeah, that's true.
Why did I take this gig? Why did I take this gig?
The Megan that we come to know would even be like,
Right.
Jonathan, no.
She's an angel. She's held me down like Coretta Scott King. I'm so blessed to have her. The relationship is still fresh. That's when I said that. How is she Coretta Scott King and the relationship is fresh? That's what Charlamagne said.
Yeah.
If you're going to call a woman in your life Coretta Scott King, that got to be somebody that was down with you, that held you down, that did this.
Yes.
That's a relationship is still fresh.
Oh, I tell you.
But I think I found her. Major said during a pre-tape conversation, which aired Monday. So that was pretty much it. Coretta Scott King's daughter came out and said, pretty much leave my mom's name out of your mouth.
Will Smith. Leave my wife's name out your mouth.
You water down her legacy when you keep saying her name like that. That's how I feel.
And we do get it if, like you said, it was a Michelle Obama moment.
Right.
And that reminded you of Coretta because, Michelle's done a lot too. So that level.
You do better saying,
be careful.
I don't even like you saying Michelle Obama, but I'll take Michelle over you saying Coretta Scott King.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, speaking of, see, I'm trying to move through quick. See how I'm moving through quick?
I didn't mean it that way. I meant if he was comparing Michelle Obama to Coretta.
Oh, okay.
That level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Obama could say, Michelle to me is like Coretta to Martin.
Yeah.
I don't think the world would go crazy.
Right.
Some people would, but some people would be like, I get it. First black president of the United States, she held him down.
Yeah, she did. And he went through a lot of mess for those 8 years.
I don't even think the King kids would even say something. They would be like, okay, if you gonna compare my mom to somebody.
With her husband and working and doing
the first black president of the United States, okay. My dad would be happy with that, and my mom would be happy with that.
Yes.
But not Megan Good and trying to get a white woman to be Coretta Scott King.
Oh, my God. That he only been dating for a hot minute.
All right.
Go ahead.
Speaking of a woman who's been through a lot.
What is she going through?
Michael Jackson's 93-year-old mother is reportedly fighting an incredibly lucrative deal to profit off his name. Somebody trying to profit off his name, she fighting. The Jackson family matriarch is once again at odds with the executors of her legendary son's estate. Let me tell y'all something, you executors of Michael Jackson's estate. I understand that there are a lot of things.
It's about money, right?
I understand there are a lot of things that y'all want to do. And Miss Jackson says no to everything. I understand that. And y'all want to keep his name out there because you got to pay some bills. And you got to make sure that things get paid. I got it. And there's times where you're going to have to battle with her. I got it. But she wants you to pay her $500,000 lawyer bills. You pay that. You know Michael Jackson to be rolling over in his grave if his mom had to pay $500,000 on anything.
From their estate.
No, from her own money.
Oh. So what is the deal now?
Legal fees. She's run up $500,000 in legal fees fighting his estate because the things that she says she don't want them to do, they'll do it or they'll put this out or they'll put that out.
She's trying to protect his legacy.
And even though some of the things she wins and some of the things she doesn't win, she runs up legal fees.
Oh, trying to get legal advice or help in the courts.
Lawyers to help her.
Make change this, whatever they're doing.
So she wants them to pay those legal fees. And you pay them. Whether you feel like you should pay them or not, you pay her legal fees. Michael Jackson wouldn't want his 93-year-old mother, Katherine Jackson, worrying about anything.
Thank you.
And y'all know how much he loved his mother.
This is the kind of stuff where the social media needs to start shame, like we know. Shame. That's what this is needed. Because this mom means well. And she's on a mission. So don't mess with this woman.
Don't you mess with Miss Jackson.
Like Miss Jenkins.
Now, she didn't put up enough with Joe all her life.
Lord.
All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my daddy. I had to fight my uncles. I had to fight my husband.
Woman ain't
safe in a family for men. She is Sophia.
Yeah. Yeah.
With polio, she had messed up her legs. She had to walk with a thing. Leave Miss Jackson alone.
All those kids. Yep.
That man kept her barefoot and pregnant. Only time the kids could do it fun is when he wasn't at home. Then somebody had to go to the corner.
Dad's coming.
and yell, Dad, whose turn was it to say Dad's coming?
That's sad.
They had to put somebody on the corner.
And get their guitars and start, hey, Daddy, we practicing? Oh, this woman held it down.
She held it down.
She protected those kids.
She protected all her kids.
Especially Michael.
And every last one of them, they talk against each other, but they all say my mom was a saint.
Yes.
Michael said it. Janet said it. They've all said it.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss Jackson should not be in court fighting anything. At 93?
Thank you. She's living a good life. That's beautiful. So
now, the bulk of his estate, they said, was left to his 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
However, he also formed Catherine Jackson Trust, which is meant to take care of his mother for the rest of her life.
So it needs to take care of her legal bills. No questions asked. Okay.
Now, the 2 people that's executors of Michael Jackson's estate, John Branca and John McClain, are the executors of Michael Jackson's estate, and they have clashed with Miss Jackson multiple times since the death of her son. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want that movie This Is It to come out. That movie, that last movie, I didn't think it should have came out either. Mike looked frail. He looked, he didn't look, she wants her son to be remembered as Michael Jackson.
Right. She doing what a mom would do. Why these men, I'm glad they putting their names out there. Put them on blast. How dare y'all make it hard for them?
It says, no matter how successful a deal is, Catherine seems to be thinking about what's best for her son's name. But her wishes seem to clash with his estate executors.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff that they want to put out, she don't want them to put out. Some things she's won and some things that she's lost.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is she's going to fight them every single time they want to put something out. And the other bottom line is whatever legal fees that she draws up in fighting them, they better pay them. They don't legally have to pay them probably, but they should pay.
They should. Just moral reasons. Okay.
They said when you look at how the estates of the other notable artists have been exploited, this person who wrote this article said they seem like the 2 people, John Branca and McClain, haven't done that to Michael. They feel like they doing okay. Mm-hmm. They haven't exploited his name. Okay. They balancing between profitability and just kind of throwing his name out there to wash it down. Okay. Like Jonathan Majors was doing Coretta Scott King.
Right.
As much as she loves her son and grandchildren, it's time for Catherine to accept the entertainment business works different. That's fine.
Okay.
But you pay her legal fees.
At least do that. Yeah. I mean, they may still go back and forth with difference of opinions when it comes to how to continue to promote his name.
Yes. Now, speaking of Angela Bassett, she played Miss Jackson.
Sure did. Yep.
She played Miss Jackson.
She played Tina Turner. She played Miss Jackson.
Yes.
She was still
Malcolm X's wife.
Malcolm X. Yeah, she played some major roles.
She played major roles. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Majors can't even say Angela Bassett. He can't even do that.
Mm-mm. He reached for the sky.
He jumped over a whole lot of people to get to Coretta Scott King. What's wrong with him?
Who this man? Go ahead.
Papa, who this woman?
He probably going through and he just not thinking correctly.
Well, he don't know.
The first girlfriend got him all in a frenzy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let me go ahead and talk about this because everybody keep talking about this. As a comedian, I always hate having to do these stupid things. I'm going to tread lightly on this, and let me tell you why. This is male comedians dressing up like women, and you have to put on a dress in order to make it in Hollywood.
Who says you have to?
That's what Cat Williams was saying. That's what a lot of them are saying.
No, that's not true.
No, it is true.
No, you don't. No, they make that decision.
No, they saying that they come to you as executives and say they want you to wear a dress.
But there's nobody twisting your arm to do that.
No, you don't have to.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But we saying to make it big. Anybody who has ever made it big or really famous has worn a dress as a man.
Okay.
I don't even know who you can say who has.
And they probably wanted to. They wanted to wear that dress.
Right.
Okay.
Now, I said I'm going to tread lightly on this because of the fact that I'm not a man. Okay. And I know the man that I talk to would never put on a dress. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you give him $1 million. Mm-hmm. He ain't gonna put on a dress. Mm-hmm. But that's him.
Mm-hmm. That's his decision.
That's his decision. And I know men who, if you do, that doesn't make you gay or anything. Mm-mm. You playing a character.
You're acting. You're acting a role. You are becoming a role that you probably learned to do in school. If you took acting classes, you're portraying a character. It
says here, it is a recurring discussion in Hollywood. In order for a black male comedian to truly make it big, he seemingly has got to put on a dress. Now, I don't know any black comedians who have really made it really big who haven't.
I've known even regular actors who are not comedians, like Wesley Snipes.
Everybody has.
He wore a dress in that one movie. He was dragged.
And somebody even found Dave Chappelle with a dress. He talking about he'll never put on a dress. He had on a dress. He was on a Howard Stern show and he was playing Robin.
You know what? See. Anything to get a laugh.
The internet does not lie. The internet will find you.
So you better remember. Or just rip you apart.
Here's the thing. And it's good that it's coming out with the Cat Williams thing. Cat is exposing a lot of stuff. But I love what Corey Holmcomb said. When you expose a lot of stuff, you got to understand that people looking at you too. Mm-hmm. So when you come out and say something against people and you come out and you're the truth teller, dude, people they going to find stuff on you, especially if it's on the internet.
And if they not doing it, they will magnify you
doing
it. So
you can say it, but just understand that say it in a different way. Yeah. Say it like Dave Chappelle should never say, I would never put on a dress.
Thank you.
Say it like I did a dress one time on Howard Stern show, and I will never do that again. Say something like that rather than say I would never do it.
Because you did.
Because you did.
Right.
Or Cat Williams, people steal jokes. You stolen jokes.
Yeah.
Anybody that's a comedian knows that. See, people who watch on the internet, they don't know. They stupid. They watch and they listen to us talk and they go, oh, okay, he's telling the truth. But they don't know. They're not in the trenches. They're not in the comedy clubs. Mm-hmm. They're not comedians. But I told you that. I said that even before Corey Holcomb said that.
Why do they even not Google? You can Google and find some stuff on these comedians when they say they haven't done it.
Some stuff you can't find because it was so long ago. It might have been before the internet.
Okay.
But if listen to people that's in the trenches, like listen to people that's in the industry. Mm-hmm. And if somebody says somebody never stole it, Cat Williams said I never stole a joke, you have. Because anybody that's a comedian that's been in the trenches, we know it was Corey he gave one example. I know some too. Corey gave one example of JB Smoove doing a joke years ago. And Cat did the same joke. And we don't know JB Smoove is funny, but he wasn't famous back then. Cat was more famous than he was. So it's always the person that's more famous that gets credit for it. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is.
Moonwalk with Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson didn't discover the moonwalk.
Exactly. But he's famous for it.
But he's famous for it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I never heard Michael Jackson get up and say, I've never taken a dance step from anybody. Mm-hmm. Don't say that.
Thank you.
Just say I was influenced by somebody or I like what he did and I took it and made it better.
But that's the pridefulness in most comedians.
And then I love how Corey said there's two sides to Cat, which I agree with. There's that one side of Cat who's brilliant, wonderful, gives to everybody. We love him. And then there's that other side of him. I think he has he's something. I don't want to label him because I'm not a psychiatrist, but there's definitely something wrong with him. Well, like Kanye. I don't want to say wrong because somebody has a mental.
I don't even think that there's something wrong with him. I think that he could be on some drug.
I don't know that. I'm just saying
that could be.
Oh, like not an illegal drug, but a real drug.
That could be.
That's true.
That could be altering his mind and his thoughts.
But the whole thing about people wearing dresses and stealing jokes and black men have to put on a dress in order to make it. I'm not saying there's no validity to that. I really think it's comedians. I don't think it's just black men. I think it's all comedian men. People like to see a comedian look silly and as dumb as possible. Mm-hmm. So what's the best way to make a man look stupid?
That's why.
Put him in some heels and some lipstick.
What's the one that died that wouldn't wear the scarf? And he died, black guy, very vocal.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Very militant.
Yeah.
God,
he would say that.
If y'all think about him, I can't think of his name.
I know you're talking about.
But I don't like, be you. That's your truth. That's your journey. Don't dog other people's journeys out. If that journey is what they like to do, they're okay. They're not being pressured. They're not being forced.
Well, they saying they being pressured.
No, even if you think they're being pressured, leave their journey alone, though.
Right.
Your journey, Cat Williams, is different. Dave Chappelle is different. Leave Flip Wilson when he was doing it. Maybe he liked doing it because he liked playing that character.
Yeah. Geraldine. And see, a lot of these people...
Snipes is not a comedian, and he put on a dress.
And a lot of these guys, and this is my part, like I said, I'm treading lightly with it because we are women. So we can't really... Remember, I go off when I talk about men talking about women stuff. I do that. Remember, I told you that. I go off when white people speak for black people. I go off when... I don't like when people try to get in another person's body and speak for them. So I'm treading lightly with this because I'm not a black man.
But isn't that what
And if I
Cat
knew
is
it,
doing?
and the guy that I said, he's a black man though, so he can talk about it. If he's saying that they feeling pressured to have to put on a dress, as a woman, I'm not going to come up behind him and say you lying.
But I still would challenge you, even in that same sex and that same color.
Well, we disagree.
Did you sit down? No. Did Cat Williams sit down with all those black men and got that feeling?
No, he's not talking about that. He's talking about in the industry. He's saying in the industry, the executives and the people that own the studio.
I don't like when they do that.
I don't care.
I don't like when they do a broad statement.
I'm giving my opinion. My opinion is...
You don't mind him doing a broad statement like that?
He's talking like... If he's saying as a black man...
Maybe he was.
I'm saying... He's saying as a black man...
That we're pressured to wear a dress.
And as a comedian black man... We are pressured to wear a dress.
And I disagree.
Well, we're not a black man.
I don't have to be a black man. There's a lot of things that Cat Williams and what's his name? Dave Chappelle and them. You even said Dave was caught saying, I ain't gonna wear no dress. I don't believe everything they say and even how they feel.
All right,
that's how he feels. And if he has talked to other comedians to say, man, you're right. Whew, I feel like I got to wear this dress to make some money.
That's what they all
Did
saying.
you do your survey on this? My God, I don't like that broad statement.
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
So like I said, I tread like we
Especially
disagree.
coming from Cat Williams.
So don't get in the comment section saying, yes, black men feel pressure. She's saying they don't. I'm saying they do.
I don't like broad statements like that.
I'm saying,
like you did a survey.
Right.
How do you feel, Jamie Foxx?
No, I'm saying don't get in the comment section thinking we both share the same brain. No, we don't.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's not about that.
No, I'm saying I don't want anybody in the comment section saying that.
What would they say?
They would say...
How would they dog me out? I'm
say,
making it clear that you can't speak for everyone.
Yeah.
You agree with them.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
That's what I want them to say. Lenore, we over here. We over here. That's what I want them...
at other time.
That's what I want them to say. We differ on our opinion.
I'm just trying to get an understanding of why you agree with that. Though.
I agree with it because I can't.
Because that's a blanket statement.
I agree with it because I can't speak for a black man.
That's not a good reason, though.
That's how I feel. If a black
you
man
don't have to be a man to speak about that.
No, if he's saying as a black man,
his story, his narrative.
Yeah.
I said that. Right. Let it be his narrative.
No, other ones are saying it too.
If he's done a survey and it's out there, and people have been. If Flip Wilson said that,
well,
I feel
we talking
pressure.
About now,
or anybody, even Tyler Perry,
right?
I really would like to hear everybody's narrative because Cat Williams was very clear on saying my narrative on how. If I was treated a different way by you and I want to say that I was not treated right, somebody had him quoted that. That was a quote. He said, you don't tell me to tell my narrative and my story. That's my experience. That's what I'm saying. And make it, if it's your experience, Kat, and you've talked to other comedians that felt that way, okay. But don't do a blanket statement that all black men,
the reason why
comedians feel this way. They're pressured.
It's not all. Well, what I'm saying
Well, he's making it a blanket statement.
Right.
So that's what I meant.
All right. And what I meant...
You just saying because you're not a male, you can't say that.
Is that I've heard it before from other black...
Go ahead.
I've heard it before from other black comedians. And so I can't say that it's not true, that they feel like in order for them to get a part or in order for them to make it, that they have to put on a dress. Cat Williams is not the only person I heard say that. I've heard other Black comedians say that. So because I've heard other Black comedians say it, and I've heard that it's not rare, I can't say that what they're saying is not true, especially as a woman. Because if that's how they feel as Black men, that if they only way they can make it is if they put on a dress, then that's fine. Now you're talking about whether they care about putting it on. That's another discussion. If you ask me to put on a dress and I don't care, that's different.
That's what I'm saying.
That's another discussion.
Yeah, if you're not feeling that pressure, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's another discussion.
And I'm glad that you're showing these men, because it's not just Black men, period.
It's all, and I'm saying I think it's more than just Black men. Mm-hmm. I think men comedians, period, are pressured to put on dresses because I feel like everybody thinks that that's funny to watch them with lipstick on or the wig or putting on tights or wearing high heel shoes. I think it's part of comedy. So I think that I'm taking it a step further. I'm not saying that it's a Black thing. Mm-hmm. I'm saying it's a comedian thing.
Right.
I think that they want all men to put on a dress and heels and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, again, your argument and all that stuff is another discussion. Do they feel comfortable putting it on is another discussion.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm just saying that to be careful not to do a blanket statement unless you've talked to a few of them.
We have talked to a few of them.
No, him being a man.
Yeah.
If he sat down and talked to some of these comedians like a Martin Lawrence.
Right.
And they shared. And Martin was like, yeah, man, I did feel the pressure to do.
I don't care. I put it on.
And then I did it for the first few scenes and they said, keep it going, Martin. People laughing at it. And then Martin feels a certain kind of way. You know what? I like to kill that character. Or I don't have a problem with that character, Cat. No problem. That's what I'm saying. I don't like when people do a blanket statement saying everybody is probably being pressured. But I'm saying
that people watching this, and you will see it later if you watch it back, you on another discussion. We talking about if Hollywood says that they give men the pressure to wear dresses. The answer, I feel...
You feel they do.
They do, and I feel like I can't speak for men. The other argument, which if you watch it back, you'll see, and other people will probably agree with me in the comment section, is whether they feel comfortable in doing it. That's another argument. I'm talking about the fact that they telling them to put it on. I'm way above, I'm in an umbrella state on what you're talking about. Now, I'm telling you to put it on. The next level is what you're saying. Do you feel comfortable with putting it on, or do you feel like you have to put it on?
And that's what I'm saying.
So that's different.
Going back to the first statement, we're quickly accusing them of saying put it on. How do you know a lot of these comedians didn't come up with the ideal?
Because they're not saying that. They're saying that Hollywood...
Like they created that female version of putting that dress. Like Urkel, what's his name? Urkel. He got upset.
He said his interview, when I saw his interview...
Yeah, he didn't like it.
And I'm telling you,
I get it.
That's the interviews I see, though. I don't see the ones where you say, well, I want to put the dress...
I came up with the idea. Well, other than the other actors, Tyler... came up.
I believe
he's an exception.
I believe Tyler literally came up with the idea of doing
Yes, he did.
Okay, yeah. And I believe Ricky Smiley wants to do the first lady or first ladies. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
But I do believe
that's what I'm saying.
But I do hear the stories of the Urkels and them.
I do. I agree with that.
That's what we've been yelling about the last 3 minutes.
No, that's not what I'm yelling about. I do understand that, but I felt like the way you said Cat came out, he made a blanket statement. There are exceptions, but the blanket statement, you got to be careful when you do a blanket statement saying all Black comedians, all white comedians that have to wear a dress, that plays a female character. I can name 2,
but that's
that
not
came up with that character.
But that's not what we were talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. So
let's stay with what I was talking about, which was the original discussion.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Which is Hollywood does want to put men in dresses. So that's what I'm saying. And I can't say I disagree with that. Now, whether they want to wear them or not is another discussion. But that's been the latest topic on is Hollywood. The same thing as I say with the gay agenda. It's like, I can make a blanket statement and say, it seems like they're really pushing that. Now, does that mean that they are or they not or whatever? That's my opinion. Yes. I can say, in my opinion, from what I see, it seems like they pushing it. It's like they making people gay. They don't even need to be gay in storylines.
Right.
The lady comes in, hands the guy the pizza. She's an Uber driver. And then he says, "Thank you, ma'am." And she says, "Thank you. I got to hurry up and get to my social group, the gay connection." What does that have to do with her delivering a pizza?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it's like they pushing it even when you don't have to have it. Okay. So that's the same way I feel with men, them trying to put men. I don't think it's a black thing. I think it's all men.
Yeah, because that's why we're showing this photo.
That's why I'm showing that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to play the black card on it because I think it's all men. They want to put all men in dresses. Mm-hmm. Now, why do they want to put all men in dresses? I have my own opinion. Some people will want to say it's to take away masculinity and all this. I can't speak on that. That's why I said I'll tread lightly because I'm a woman. I think it's just simply because they like them to look silly. That's my opinion.
It's funny. It's humor.
It's funny. Now, the guy I talked to would not agree with that. He would say it's not about them trying to make us look silly. They want to take away masculinity out of this country. Mm-hmm. He would say that. He would go into the deeper part of why do you got to see a man in a dress with lipstick? See what I'm saying? I can't go that deep. I'm a woman. I can only stay surface with this. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking they just want y'all to look silly. That's all. Okay. Now, what you was yelling about and arguing about is not that. You're talking about whether they want to put it on. That is another discussion. I'm telling you to put it on, and you said, "I think that's funny. I'll do that." That's a good joke.
Or you come up with the suggestion.
I agree.
I don't always want to blame the entertainment world.
I agree.
But we don't know. That's why I was saying we don't know the foundation of how they got into these female dresses. But that's all I was saying. That I felt like a lot of black men do speak this more so than white men. Because we want the image of a black man to show the strength of a black man.
And because of the fact that, and that's why I said I can't speak for black men. I'm not a black man. If you feel like every day is a struggle for you because you got to always show I'm a man, because in this country you reduced me to nothing as a slave or as taking my kids away or not being a father or not being supportive. Can I at least not wear a dress? Now, if they feel like that, I'm not going to go in the barbershop yelling at black men to put on dresses. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do that. That's not my fight. I'm not going to walk in there and go, "You guys need to put that dress on and make it. If they want you to put it on, you put it on. It's funny." I'm not doing that. I'm a woman. I can't speak for them. So that's all I'm saying. I'm treading lightly with it. Do I feel like it's because of a higher reason? Mm-hmm. No, I think it's because they really just want y'all to look silly. And I think women like looking at y'all look silly. Mm-hmm. We laugh at y'all putting on stockings and shoe wearing high heels because we know what it feels like to wear that, to wear a bra or be restricted.
But you know what?
So that's all.
The thing with where we are now in society, because I know they talked about it on The View. With the whole thing with DeSantis and the drag queen thing. Yeah. There's a big concern in the LGBTQ community and even with drag queens specifically. So a lot of people are even pulling that situation in and not liking it or uncomfortable about it. And then when you look at comedians in drag, because that's what they are. They're in drag. Right. They're like a woman.
I think it's how you do it.
So a lot of people there are an audience building up an audience that is okay with Shanae character.
Exactly.
Or Wanda.
Justice for All says normalizing it. Yes.
Making it comfortable.
And some men don't want that. They don't want it to be normalized. Put it this way. If you put me in a dress and it's uncomfortable, then it's funny. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they putting on stockings
heels and they walking over.
Yeah.
Trying to...
But if you put on a dress and you walking better than a woman and you love it, and some men are like, that's not a gag anymore.
But
it's like you trying to make that normal.
But here's what I'm trying to say, and I don't want to step on toes.
I know,
and I see what's her name is saying. There are actors, like there's some actors that won't do nudity. I don't give a hoot. You ain't showing nothing.
Right.
And they can make that decision. If they got gigs coming their way or they don't have gigs coming, they still make the decision. I believe Denzel, you're right. He wouldn't do that. But respect the people. If you're saying entertainment is pressuring them,
pressuring them.
That's the problem that we're having,
That's
because you got the drag queens out there going, I don't care about being pressured because I don't mind wearing a dress.
That's why I'm doing this story.
Okay.
I'm not trying to get into a debate on whether
Cat Williams but Cat Williams is going to speak as a,
I know, but I'm trying to bring this story up, not to be arguing about whether a man wants to wear a dress or not. I'm bringing it up to where I'm saying I don't want men to feel pressured. Like, if you don't put this dress on, your career is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Okay. That's the part I'm trying to address today.
Okay.
Before we go off, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that. Now, whether he wants to put on a dress like Tyler Perry or whatever, that's different.
But Justice is right. The entertainment, they know who to go to, like you're saying, comedians. I was surprised Wesley Snipes did in that movie.
Everybody has.
No. There are actors that she's listing.
Not that many,
entertainment won't even come to them.
Well, no.
Have they come to Denzel?
They have come. Yes.
So he was asked to put on a dress.
Yes.
And he said no.
He said no.
Because we never see Denzel.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If the pressure thing, I don't want to admit that there could probably be some pressure out there, but I believe if you're at if you make your friend that you saying say no. If he was in the acting field and they come at him and say, put this dress on because we know he'll say no like Denzel. So that's why I feel like that pressure thing is like,
well, that's not fair.
Just say no?
No, because a lot of times people will say, can't you just say no? And it's like, what if they feel like it's not that big of a deal to me? I don't want to put it on, but it's not that big of a deal.
Denzel must be a big of a deal.
That's what I'm saying.
Sidney Poitier.
Yeah. Okay. Because Justice is saying Denzel and Sidney Poitier would never do it. They maintain their dignity.
Thank you. And I believe that if that pressure's out there for some of these guys, maybe like you're saying, more on the comedians.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, get a laugh. If you put some shoes on and lipstick, you'll get more laughs.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say comedians.
I was just saying that they can still say no, though. That's all I'm saying. They can still say no. Martin must didn't mind. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying as a comedian, sometimes comedians don't care because it's about the laugh. Okay. They don't look at it on the big.
They want to make you.
They don't look at it like Denzel would look at it.
Okay.
They look at it like it's silly
by any means necessary,
or it's just playing a character. Eddie Murphy with them, and that's the other thing I want to say before we move on, because I know
Eddie has played a lot.
I know we've been on this for a while, and I want to say this, and
it's a very good topic.
I want to say this, and again, so we're not yelling back and forth with each other. A lot of times people complain about these men putting on dresses, but y'all like all the movies. You like Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy playing his, Hercules, got on a dress. You like Shanae on Martin.
And Big Mama.
You like Big Mama's house. What, Mom? Oh, Mama likes Shanae.
But like
Flip Wilson.
But we're women speaking like
that's
you're
saying. Now some black men
not go to those movies.
Might be, or they may go and be sitting there and going, I like Nutty Professor, but does he really have to play his mom?
Exactly. Okay, I get that.
Mama likes my dear.
But you're from a woman's perspective.
Now we all this arguing. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying I'm a woman.
I get that because we're going to enjoy it differently. We're going to see it different.
Yes.
And there may be, like you're challenging, there may be some men who don't like it, but they'll still go and sit and watch.
Right.
They may be uncomfortable.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I always knew what you were saying. I just felt like when it was a blanket statement to say that the entertainment is pressuring them.
But it's just true. If a lot of people, if Urkel said it, a lot of them said it. Yeah. They said I was pressured to wear a dress. I had to keep my job.
Yeah. Okay.
So if they feel like that, who am I to come in and say
I don't know if there's a lot of Urkel situations because he had to play his cousin.
Now you know how I feel when I said as a woman. That's why I'm a tread lightly. We see it differently.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Shake my hand.
We can all arrive. We can go around the world and come back and arrive at the same place.
All right. Had to do all of that to come back to say as a woman.
I get it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Denzel, Justice said that. She says, think of it like a step and fetch it. If you want, you could lose roles. Yes. That's what I said.
Ooh. Well, thank God Denzel put his foot down.
Same thing. Thank you, Justice. The the 70s exploitation movies.
Pimp, what's up, dude?
Now, there were black people.
But some people don't like that. Cat Williams
hold on.
This pimp
there
thing.
are people, when the camera hit go, yes, it was my man, and then when the camera said cut, these guys went to Harvard. They went to Juilliard.
How are you doing today? My name
is
man,
you get ready to do that scene. We're gonna do that scene, man. We ready for it?
You ready for it?
And action.
Robert Townsend's movie did that. He had to portray. You're not black enough.
Okay.
I'm not black enough. Okay, man. Is this black enough?
Yes. So if, just like Cat Williams said about them feeling pressure to wear a dress, if a black actor back then said, I feel pressure, I can't get a role if I don't do that. Why is he lying? He could say that. I could say he's telling the truth. You don't have to do that role. Sidney Poitier didn't come in. Well, you know what? We disagree on that.
What?
I think him and Bill Cosby was the way they was talking.
No, he wasn't acting a woman though.
No. That stupid
street talk. He wasn't really street talk, to be honest.
Jive turkey.
That was Bill more so.
You right.
Sidney was
the straight guy.
I got to get my wallet, man. I got to find that wallet. I got that lotto ticket. I got to get it. That's Sidney. And Bill, you know what, man? We're going to try to get it this way, man. See.
But in real life, neither one of those guys spoke like that.
Bill Cosby never dressed drag.
You know what? You might be right.
He never dressed in a woman's outfit. And he probably had a thing too to not do it.
He probably said that. You want to see me in a dress, I'm not going to be in a dress. You got Flip Wilson,
and even snapping at Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor for all the profanity. Because he's a storyteller. He's a kid. Even in his messiness.
But how I wanted to get out of this is, don't dog out the ones that do. I like Eddie Murphy.
Well, that's what I was saying. But you're saying
I like Shanae, but I'm looking at it from a woman's perspective. That's why I said I'm a tread lightly.
Some people don't like when Cat Williams act like a pimp.
Thank you.
Sidney Poitier didn't act like no pimp.
Thank you.
They pretended to be sugar daddies because they was trying to get their money.
To be honest with
you,
he
had his little hat on.
Him acting a pimp, he might as well put on a dress.
Well, no, that's too far. He's actually acting like another
a man that beats up women and take their money.
Who?
A pimp.
No, he didn't act like a pimp. He and Bill Cosby.
No, Cat Williams.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Bill.
I'd rather have him put on a dress than to be a pimp.
His hair is almost like a woman's.
He look like a woman,
but
you got long nails. He's a woman. He dressed like a woman.
He a pimp,
but he's a pimp.
They
try to get away with it. Dude, you got processed hair. You right. You got fur around here. You a woman.
Damn, pimp, damn. So people can talk about him.
Thank you.
Okay. That's why I got mad when
some
you said
black people would say
said it.
That's all it is. You know who you are? You Larry Reed.
I'm Larry Reed.
You Larry Reed with TDJ.
Because anything that comes from that person, I get it. You're intelligent, you smart, got an IQ of a whatever level. Don't dog out someone else's journey, dude.
You and Larry Reed.
Stay in your own lane.
You Larry Reed.
You pimp daddy down. Come on.
Which to me, that's not positive to black people.
And what's the difference with that and Shanae?
To me, Shanae and you being a pimp is the same thing to black men.
Thank you.
Because how is that lifting up a black man and you playing a pimp?
That's what they want to see. They want to see more
calling black women hoes.
Exactly. You taking us back to the 70s, man.
But I don't fault you for it because it's funny.
Yeah, you're funny.
Like I laugh at Shanae.
Yeah.
But I'm a woman.
Yeah.
A black man might say, I don't like him playing a pimp.
Spike Lee was talking about Tyler Perry. He don't like Tyler Perry's Madea role.
But I like Madea.
Madea made him rich.
But we're women. See what I'm saying? But Madea got that studio for him to be able to do the stuff that he want to do.
Yeah, that's true. And he don't do it all in Madea as well.
So I don't know. It's a good subject to talk about.
Very good subject.
But I tread lightly on it. Okay. And I treat it the way I do everything else I say. Mm-hmm. I don't like when white people come and sit down and try to have a conversation with black people telling them about being black. Now, you may not agree with me, and you can give your perspective as a white person.
Exactly.
But that's all you can do. Anything else, exclude yourself. It's just like a man. Mm-hmm. If we all sit here talking about on our period and having babies, I don't want some dude sitting in a chair telling us how to feel.
Well, unless he
can give his perspective.
Unless he has MD behind him.
Even MD, he don't know what it feels like.
I don't care. But they can talk more so than our men in the
That's why some women go to male gynecologists, because they can say stuff and he don't know. When they go to the women, they be hard on them. Oh, stiffen up. I've had
10 kids. You can do this.
I've had cramps. I know what they feel like. Push back. Some women say that because the man, he don't know. So if you go, I'm sorry.
It's very painful for me.
Thank you.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's see. Justice says, if an actor can play a romantic lead, I don't want to see him in a dress. It ruins the fantasy. Okay. And what does Christopher think? Oh, Christopher
on here now.
Christopher on here.
All right.
That's probably got to be a show by itself.
It is. That's a big one now. Men dressing in drag, comedians, drag female characters that they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I don't have time to do all this other stuff. We talked too long on that one. Let's keep going. I keep pushing the story back.
Do this one.
No, I don't have time.
You don't.
Now the Breakfast Club is back.
Okay.
And you always want to know who Charlemagne the God's Donkey of the Day is. Okay. Today, Charlemagne the God. Oh, who am I doing? Charlemagne the God gives it to NBA Youngboy.
I don't even know who he is.
Well, this is part of your rapping thing.
Why does he call himself NBA
First of all, never broke again. NBA.
Oh, that's different. Mm-hmm. Never broke again.
Now, NBA Youngboy, because we have some people in here that our audience level, some don't know who he is, our age group. I know everybody because I watch everything.
So you know him.
I watch everything. I listen to everything so that I can keep
what's out there.
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
NBA Youngboy is a rapper who's extremely, he has an extreme fan base that follows him.
Really?
He's like, what's the one that was married to Kylie Jenner?
No.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That had the concert.
Kirsten? No.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
He had the problem.
Y'all know I don't remember people's names. That's the problem.
What's his name?
And I know their names, but I just don't remember. Travis. And you may not know him, but he has millions of
fan
a huge fan base.
Okay.
That's NBA Youngboy.
Where did NBA
Youngboy
from?
He's just a rapper from the streets.
Did he gain that from us rapping, or did he
rapping? Yeah,
really.
Yeah, he's like Kodak Black.
Wow.
They have like a fan base that's strong that followed him.
Wow.
Now he's been under house arrest for like 2 years, I think.
Oh my God.
He was the one. I don't know if you remember the story where the cops was chasing him. He got out the car and ran, and they was chasing him. Okay,
don't do that.
Stupid.
Your life could have been taken.
Yes. He has 11 children.
Oh.
One of the children is with Mayweather's daughter.
The boxer?
Yeah.
Oh, he has a daughter that old?
She's young. They all young.
Teenage?
Yeah. Like 20.
Okay.
20. And Floyd has become like really the father to this boy, to this little kid. He's so
baby.
Cute. Yes. He got little boxing gloves and everything. He's the father.
It's his grandson, though.
But he's really the father.
Aww.
It's because NBA Youngboy is not in his life. Same as Future with Little Future and Sierra. Russell has really pretty much stepped up,
over,
and he's pretty much stepped up. And that's not his stepchild; that's his child.
That's gonna happen to Nick Cannon.
He keeps thinking it's not, but it is.
When these women meet somebody else and move on, well, Mariah Carey may move on with somebody else.
Any of them. Yeah. If any of those women get married and have other kids with whoever they're with, Nick Cannon's not going to like it, but because that child lives in the house with him and he does Zoom calls to see him because he got so many dang old baby mamas, that man that's in that house is going to be more of a father figure to him.
Yeah, he's going to be...
Because he's going to be the one that tells him to go to sleep, wake up, read to him at night. If he
hurts his knee, put a Band-Aid on it, yes.
My dad Zoom called me while this one put a Band-Aid on my knee.
I see my dad on the screen. That's it. Hey, Daddy. when you coming over.
And the mom is not going to want to wait for you to show him how to ride his bike without his tricycles
Those
on there.
Moments come all the time, every day.
Now I got to get in line because you got 10 other kids the same age as mine. He's ready to ride his bike today. Aww. Can the man I'm married to take him out and with it now?
You would think a male figure is there. He's going to do his job.
So NBA Youngboy, he is on house arrest, and he's in another state, a state that nobody goes to, like Denver or somewhere. Ooh. Or Colorado, okay. Y'all. I have to read it. Uh-huh. And if you want to do an interview with him, you got to go out of your way to go there to see him.
Because he can't leave.
Right. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people want to do interviews with him because he is famous. Young people know him. You may not know him, but young people know him. Okay. DDG has done a song with him. You know, I love DDG. Really? So, yeah. So all these people go up to they call it this ranch that he goes to, or mountain or whatever. And they interview him. Okay. This particular guy goes up to him. Now, this is the donkey of the day. Keep in mind. Okay. This particular interview guy goes up to him, and he has one of his 11 kids with him. Okay? He's a little baby. He's like a toddler.
He has the child.
Oh, I'm sorry. NBA Youngboy has his son with him.
With him in this interview that's coming.
Yes. Okay. But he's like a toddler where he moves around and stuff.
Okay.
And he has him in the room, and he's interviewing him. And the little boy takes the man's hat off, the interviewer. And the man was like, he can have the hat. It doesn't matter. And the NBA is like, he's feisty. He likes to move. I'm just paraphrasing. He likes to move around and all that stuff. So the man says, people always say, I'm paraphrasing, about you with your 11 kids, you seem to like fatherhood and you embrace it. And he said, no. NBA Youngboy said, no. He says, it's not really, I'm not really big on fatherhood. Oh. And the man said, I'm watching you with your son.
How you doing with him?
Said, that's only because you here. Now, one thing you can say about NBA Youngboy, and I will say this about him.
He's being honest.
He is always honest.
Who put the baby with him, though?
Somebody did it to make him seem like he was fatherless.
But why he had to say something?
Because the man said something. NBA Youngboy is honest.
Oh, if that man never asked to say a comment.
Me, y'all need to be looking at NBA Youngboy instead of Cat Williams. Because NBA Youngboy is really honest.
He is?
Cat Williams is not. He goes back and forth. Okay. But NBA Youngboy is real.
So if that interviewer never said anything
he wouldn't have said nothing.
Look good on you.
Yeah. NBA Youngboy, he, at his detriment, he says exactly what he's thinking. So when the man said, you seem to be cope with this little boy and all that. He says only because they only put him in here because you here.
What that man say?
The man said, no, you were.
You know what? You can't be that honest. You can't be that.
He said, I stay.
You can't be that ignorant.
He said, I stay locked in my room 4 hours. He said, what do you mean locked in the 4 walls? He said, my music. That's all I care about. My music. That's it. I feel like Future is the same way. Because Future got a lot of kids and nobody ever sees them with them. Every once in a while, but not. So he said, I'm not really big on fatherhood.
And he's probably right. Because first of all, he's on house arrest. He got 11 of them and he probably don't even know any of them.
Be honest. He's being honest. Now he gets Donkey of the Day from Charlamagne the God. This is Charlamagne, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not saying you got to be big on fatherhood. Don't have 11 kids.
Thank you. But these girls are having them with them. You say as big as his name is. If I'm with NBA Youngboy, I'm going to have his baby.
But it's not all of them because Mayweather's daughter didn't have to do that. Her dad is Floyd Mayweather.
No, I want to be with him. I want to have his baby.
No, I think some of them just have. Like Sierra didn't have to have a baby with Future. She was Sierra at the time.
Well, I don't think they looking at themselves as far as I'm already.
But I don't think they looking at them like, I got to have a baby with Future.
No, well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm thinking with him.
No, not Mayweather's daughter. Maybe some of the other ones.
Okay. Maybe she liked him. Maybe
she did. That's what I'm saying.
Is he a fun guy to hang with?
They like him. He
must got charisma, you know.
Yeah. But my thing is,
they like bad boys. Maybe
I agree with. Yeah, he's a bad boy. I agree with Charlamagne. You need to get, or he says he's getting ready to go get nipped.
I told you,
his wife don't want to have no more kids.
My friend, her brother, he had 2 babies in his marriage. I don't know what he did outside the marriage or not. I don't know, but he got the thing, and it didn't change any of his drive or anything. And a lot of men, I think, are scared to do that.
Justice says, then stop having children.
They're scared to do that.
They scared to get. You can tell Charlamagne's scared to get nipped, but his wife says, I don't want to have any more kids.
How many kids they have?
I don't know. Like maybe 4 or something. I don't know.
Maybe he should talk to other men.
No, he's going to get it.
Oh,
it's up to her. She the one got to carry the baby.
I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes the protections that's out there don't keep.
Yeah. She says she don't want to have any kids. She don't want to have no kids.
Thank you. And I'm glad that he's thinking that way. Maybe he can be.
But he said he need to go with him
for that.
Yeah. He said he needs a vasectomy. That's it.
Yeah.
He said he needs to go get one with him.
I don't know what they thinking. If that's cool, just your seed everywhere. Does he have the men? He can't have the Nick Cannon.
No, he don't want to be a father. Nick wants to be a father. He's the opposite of him.
Yeah. So I see plant a seed here, plant a seed. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham.
Solomon, yeah.
So I don't know. That's a good one though. So he's the donkey. I get it. But he was real though. This is a prop. It's just because you here. What mother was that one? I wonder. Did she
24? He's 24. He's young.
11 kids at 24. Kim, Mama laughing. 11 kids at 24. That is so wrong. Come on, NBA.
He said, I'm not the type to sugarcoat nothing.
Lord Jesus.
He's not. He'll tell you exactly what he thinks.
Slow him down, Lord. Slow him down.
So he gets donkey of the day.
Very much donkey. Hee-haw.
What happened there? Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened.
It's still there.
Let me see.
Because it would have said end stream.
So it's still there, y'all. I just don't know what it's doing. It's so weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. We almost done anyway. What in the world just happened? Isn't it weird?
You must have clicked on something.
I must have clicked on something. Hold on, y'all. Okay, it's showing this, so that's all I care. All right, y'all. This is what's showing, so that's fine.
But we're delayed, remember?
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's it. Don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. You probably can't see it. We can't see ourselves anymore, so you can see over here. And the link is in the description, and the book is on Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to
I know y'all waiting on a volume 2, but we're working on that. So wow, it totally went to a whole nother world.
I don't know what it did.
Yeah,
a whole new world.
Okay,
all right. So go ahead, send us out.
Father God, we give you glory and honor for another day. We thank you, oh God, for waking all of us up this morning, oh God. We thank you for your covering, for your blood that cleanses and washes us, oh God. And we thank you for those who chimed in tonight and those who will be checking us out later, oh God, and blessing each and every family that's being represented in the chat room. We pray for the different people we spoke over. We know we get updates here and there, but we do like to pray a prayer over these people's lives, oh God, because you know everything about them. You know the number of hairs on their head. You know the NBA Youngboy, what he's dealing with and going through, oh God. But we just pray that you touch the hearts and lives of these people. Jonathan Majors and who else did we talk about?
Angela Bassett,
Regina King, yeah. The different people that we've been talking about tonight, oh God. Coretta Scott King's family, the daughters, the sons. We're going to be coming up to celebrate him on January 15th, oh God, and the legacy, Miss Jackson and the situations that she's going through, trying to keep her son's legacy alive. We just pray that the doors will open up for her where her legal fees will be paid and covered, oh God. We just continue to glorify you, and we continue to pray peace in the Middle East. And even over our politics that's going on now and the back and forth, oh God, we just pray that peace will even be in this country, oh God. And we will continue to give your name the glory and praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, y'all. All right, TikTok. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget you can cash app us at the Woods Report if you want to help bless us. And always believe. Oh, Justice said sad about what's his name? NBA Youngboy. Stop having children.
11
sad.
kids.
Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later. See you later, TikTok. See you later. And see